Hi friends, it's Bridget. I have an easy fun project today. I'm going to make some more coasters. I made some coasters a while back now, and I will link that video in the description. In that video, I worked on making a piece of fabric with my Liberty strips, my scraps. And I've been using these coasters at home. They're really sweet. I love them. But I want to make some more. And I came across this stash a ways back, and I used this in another video when I made my basket. I will link that as well. And these were leftover pieces from mask making. They weren't the standard size. They were smaller. I used them for people with petite faces, and they worked really well. And I would make those to order. And that's why I still have this stash. And I'm awfully excited about it because it's beautiful. It's Liberty. We love it. I came across these cork coaster backings, and I ordered them off of Amazon. I will put them in the link. They're lightweight. You could actually double them up too. But I want to try to see if I can make some coasters with some of these beautiful pieces. And I have my other supplies. I have some Shape Flex SF101. I use that a lot in my bag making. It's an interfacing. It's fusible. And I'm going to use that. I have some pinking shears. I have my bone folder, which I'm going to use this rounded edge to help me out with my circles, my friction pens, some scissors, and I made myself a template of 4.5 inches. And this cork backing is just about 3.25. I'm sorry, 3.75, pardon me. And I'm going to go ahead and get started here and make some coasters out of my pretty fabrics. Now, I don't know if I want to do an assortment or, let's see, I think I love them all. I think I'm going to start with this, a bundle of this fabric here. I think 4 is a nice number for a coaster set. And I have 4 of a lot of these, so I can have a lot of fun here. So thanks for joining me, and I'm going to make some coasters. First, what I'm going to do is take my Shape Flex and cut a piece at 5 by 5. I'm just going to do one here for starters. I have my ruler here, and I am going to get a straight edge here with my rotary cutter. And I am going to cut a square that is 5 by 5. And then I'm going to take one of my pieces of Liberty, and hopefully it's big enough. Oh, lucky day. It is. And I'm going to cut that as well at 5 by 5. I'm just going to use this as a template. Have my ruler help me. And this does not have to be precise. And now what I'm going to do is take my piece of interfacing, the SF101, and it does have a bubbly side and it has a soft side. The bubble side is the glue. And I'm going to take my template and I am going to just make a circle around the whole outside. I hope you can see that. And now I'm going to take my coaster. I'm sure these are available in various sizes. As I said, this is 3 3/4. So I'm going to center this here. I want my piece of fabric to cover the whole coaster from edge to edge, because this is going to peel away and be my sticky that goes onto the coaster. So I want my fabric to go right to the edge. So I'm centering this here as best I can. And there we go. And there's this inner one is going to be my stitch line. So now what I'm going to do, it's counterintuitive, but I'm going to take the bubbly side and the right side of my Liberty, and I am going to clip this together with my Wonder Clips. And I'm going to take this to my sewing machine and take my time. I'm going to have it on a 2mm stitch length. And I am going to go around as precisely as I can on this inner line and do my stitches. And I will be right back. There's my stitch line. I tried to stay as close as I could to my marking. And now, just going to get rid of my Wonder Clips. And I'm going to take my rotary cutter, and on this other line, I am just going to cut. I'm going to get rid of the interfacing. And you know where the scrap's going, into my scrap pile of my Liberty for another project. Nothing goes to waste. I'm trying to use what I have. And since I have all these beautiful pieces, just always trying to think of what I can make with my beautiful scraps. So now I have my pinking shears, and this is a circle, so I'm going to take my time and have my pinking shears help my circle release in the seam allowance when I turn it the right way around. And I'm making sure I'm doing my best to not cut into my stitch line. And this is what I have so far. So now what I want to do is, again, gently as I can, I want to pull these apart. And I'm going to do a little snip. I don't want to snip my pretty fabric. And now I'm just going to make myself a little crisscross to turn this right side out. And now I'm going to turn it out. I have a nice little circle. But I want to see if I can get this as nice as I can. So I am using this rounded edge of my bone folder. Something sharp would go through for sure. And I want to get this as circular as I can. So just working into that seam allowance there. I'm just trying to get it Nice and circular. It's looking pretty good. I think it needs a little more work. That's looking pretty good to me. Now I'm going to get my iron heated up. I have my little Cricut iron, which is very handy. I love the size of that. All of these things I use are in the description. The links are in the description. And now I am going to take my Teflon sheet, because I don't want this to stick to anything quite yet. And I do have the bubbly side. So that would stick if I was putting it on another piece of fabric. And it's not exactly perfect, but that's okay. I'm going to double check, see how that's looking. That's looking pretty good. And I'll put the measurements and everything in the description also. That's adorable. So now I'm going to take this and just give it a press. The Liberty's nice because this is the Tana lawn and this is awfully fine. So I'm getting a good press out of this. Let's see how that looks. It's looking pretty good. There's a couple spots if I wanted to get really crazy, like right there, to get perfect. I'm going to give it another press. And there we go. I think it's ready to put on my coaster. Now what I want to do is take my coaster back. I'm going to double check again. And again, these are sticky on one side, and you can marry them up and add another one if you want to. I'm going to go with one for now. And I am going to do my very best to center this onto my piece of cork. Testing my skills here. Oops, that's not what I wanted to have happen. And of course, the camera's in the way, so I can't see perfectly. All right, let's see how that's looking. Okay, looking pretty good. Okay, and I still have my iron on. So now, that's really sticky there. So now I'm just going to take my top and fold it so I have it sandwiched in there. I am pressing this to let the SF101 bond in addition to the sticky. That's really sweet. And it's a little flimsy, but I could add another one. Why don't I add another one to see how it looks for fun? I have a few of these. I think it came in a pack of 24. So just to give it a little more substance. Oh, if I can get... oh, I'm picking the whole thing apart here. Let's see. I'm ruining the side. All right. So now I can just, if I would like, add another one. And that's, oh, that's nice. That's giving it, I like the two. The two is good. So I am just going to, again, give that another press. And there, a sweet little coaster. Liberty coaster. And it's coming off the edge here a little bit. It doesn't bother me. Life is not perfect. And they're just going to sit on the counter. I think they'll be really sweet. I love them. Love it already. I'm going to make some more. This was a really fun and easy project. I ended up making a couple with the 2-ply of cork and then a couple with the single. And I'm going to take these home and put them to the test and see if I see a difference between the double ply of the cork or the single, and which I prefer. And you could do this with any fabric, obviously. I have this Liberty, and I'm all about trying to use up things that I already have in my studio. And lucky for me, I have this Liberty stash. Of course, I have other fabrics, and I still do have my fabric addiction, and I'm always buying more fabric, trying to curb that. I will put everything in the description, all the links of these little cork backings. And I know you can get them in different sizes. This is a fine size for me. And they are quite sticky, I will say. So I had to test my skills when I was putting these on. They're not exactly perfect, but that's okay. I'm fine with it. Of course, it's got my crazy imagination going because you could make a table runner with matching coasters. It's just a lot of fun to think about what I can do with all of these fun projects. And I also like the idea of using some of my silk organza as a topper. So I would put that in the sandwich as I was making it. And I think I will make one of those, but I'm wondering if it would be slippery. So I'm going to make one of those and bring that home as well. Just wondering if the condensation from a glass drink would make it slippery because of the organza. Not sure, but it's certainly fun to do the test because I could take, of course, one of my fun, perhaps, pieces of fabric like this, cover it, and do a sandwich like that. Because I don't think you'd want to have the pieces. Maybe I'll do one of each. I have plenty of pieces that I've worked on, so I might do one of each. But for now, this is what I have to experiment with at home and see how they perform. And I'm awfully excited. They're really pretty, and it was super easy and super quick. As long as you have your templates made and your SF101 shape flex. Thanks to everyone who has joined me. And if you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. Really appreciate it. Thank you to everyone who has subscribed. I am having so much fun on this platform, more than I ever thought I would have. So it's really been a joy for me. And until next time, keep creating. Have fun out there. Bye.